Billy Tarasio with Modern Law and your tip of the day. Today's topic is, do you have a duty to protect your child? And what exactly does that mean? And we're talking about domestic violence or domestic abuse today. As parents in Arizona, we are mandatory reporters. That means within 24 hours of you receiving information, reasonable information that leads you to suspect that your child has been abused, you have a duty to report it to the hotline. If you don't, you could face liability, criminal liability, and losing your children. One of the things that's really hard for parents is when they're not sure. Is the other parent abusing my child, or is this acceptable discipline? And this duty applies whether you're married and living in the same household, or whether you're separated or divorced and you're living in different households. But if your child comes home and has injuries or bruises or marks, or they're reporting things to you that could constitute abuse, what do you do? Well, you need to ascertain what happened. Ask the other parent what happened. And listen to your child and believe your child. When in doubt, you have a duty to report. What can you do if you're living together and this is happening? You may have to go get an order of protection on behalf of your child against the other parent or against a partner of yours. If a partner of yours is hurting your children or excessively disciplining your children, you have a duty to do something. You cannot do nothing. Let's talk for a moment about spanking. Spanking is legal, but the way that spanking occurs matters. And I'm in no way encouraging spanking. I'm just trying to explain to you, help you understand where the line is. If the other parent is spanking your child, or if you are spanking your child and you're doing it calmly, lovingly, not for the purpose of inflicting harm. I mean, of course, the purpose is to, dissuade someone from their behavior. I understand that. Some questions to ask yourself when you're trying to determine, is this something that I have to report, or do we have a problem? Is my child being abused, or is the other parent within their ability to discipline a child? A couple things to ask yourself. Number one, was the parent using any sort of substances, any alcohol or any other drugs when they were disciplining? I'm going to use those, disciplining the child, or were they making a calculated, informed decision that this was the way they wanted to discipline a child due to a certain behavior? And I'm telling you, these are the things that judges are going to look at. That's one question. The second question is, was it reasonable under the circumstances? So based on the action that the child took, was the response of the parent reasonable? What happened? And this depends on the particular child. So if you have a child with special needs or behavioral problems, there's going to be a different answer to that question of, was it reasonable? Because a child with special needs or behavior problems or neurological problems is going to be unable to respond to that sort of discipline, needs treatment, needs particularly good parenting. And in those situations, physical discipline is the most counterproductive and can very easily step into the realm of abuse. Other questions are, were there any marks left? Were there any injuries? What were the circumstances? So putting your child in timeout in their room for 24 hours and telling them they have to pee in a bucket is abuse. Putting your child in their room for an hour may not be, depending on how old they are and what you're asking them to do. So it's so circumstantial. And if you have questions and if you're in doubt, ask a lawyer, because the truth is that you really do face potential liability for failing to protect your child. Sorry this is heavy. Happy Friday, and I hope you have a great day.